Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another Sunday night live toy chat. Well, tonight, weirdly enough, we actually have six ultimate mega collectors. I'm hoping this stream goes okay because my technology is not brilliant, but we'll see how it goes. First things first, we all know him from the ZSR stream. Please welcome to Davidworldtoys, Shabby. Evening, Shabs.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, so how are you? This is a fine Sunday night.
It's beautiful. It's a lovely day in North Carolina today. I'm having a hot sunny day today, mate, so it's nice.
Oh, thanks. We got freezing cold's coming out over here, and there you go. Shabby, just for the new people watching on the stream, if you get new people, what do you actually collect, sir, please? Just for the new people.
I've got a main collection, Moto Origins, Black Series, Retro Collection, Playmobil. They're the ones that and Transformers 86. They're the ones I primarily look for. But yep. I'll dabble in DC. I'll dabble in vintage collection. I've got a bit of everything in here, really. But they're the ones I really collect.
Perfect. And you're part of the ZSR on a Friday night live stream on your channel, Les, Tez's and Matt's?
That's right. I do a live stream every Friday, and it's on each of our channels each week. And there's Roland's Reviews, Tez, Matt, Zero Hunter Toys, and myself, Shabby Geek. So, yeah, it's been going well. We're up to 92, 93 episodes. So we're doing pretty good on it.
Perfect. All of those people are on my friends list I've appeared on. So just before the chat goes completely crazy, let's see. On a Thursday night, I'll do a live stream, and here's my co-host, Dark Lycan. Evening, Baz.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, another person I've had on a couple of weeks ago is Stu from Universal Toy Collector. Evening, Stu.
Hello. Hi, guys. How are we?
Then my first ever episode live stream, I had John, Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
And then basically, since it was a Fab 5, I couldn't do the Fab 5. I couldn't need to do the Fab 6. On my second ever live stream, he is the one and only Scuba Pete.
No, you can't. No. Oh, we're live.
We're live.
I wasn't talking to my toys.
That could have been a lot worse, Pete. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to my toys. What's up?
Good evening. Well, technically, we've got 3 across from the pond and 3 all the UK guys. So that is quite completely different. So thank you all for coming on this Sunday night toy chat. There you go. The bottom 3 are American. The top 3 are...
One is half and half, right?
Whoa.
Isn't this guy sort of like a half and half?
True. Yeah. Well, technically, Baz is from Scotland, so I got that completely wrong anyway. So
there you go. Yeah.
You know.
Who's for Scotland?
No one. We don't. Yeah, Thursday night guys. So there you go. We have quite a lot of people in the chat all saying hello.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Hi, Des.
Where we got? Well, before we forgot. Shabby, when's your next unboxing with your twin brother on, please?
When size ready. I mean, we like I said on our stream, we found some boxes. He had the plumbers in, so we had to go upstairs to the loft, and he found loads of tubs that we haven't been in 20 years. And so we did a live stream, and it went really good. We found loads of stuff in there, but we still got half of that tub to go and 2 more. So as soon as size ready, as soon as Si gets the time, we'll do another one of them. So yeah, that'll be good fun. We usually do that on a Monday night as well, so it's away from everybody else's streams. And so yeah, we'll do that as soon as he's ready.
That was a treasure trove. I mean, you didn't even a couple hours, and you didn't even get through an entire box yet.
This is what I've said. I've said since we started. Our mum, our Marie, never threw anything away ever. Neither does our side. They'll just store it, and and that. But some of the stuff in there, it wasn't necessarily the toys. It was all the artwork or magazines. He had newspapers, like when Michael Jackson died and stuff, and just little things like that you've still got the new, page 3 girls.
What was the special club card? What was that?
Oh man, when he pulled out, I think everyone in England knew exactly. It was Brannigan's was a chain in the 90s. It was like the place. Still, do you remember Brannigan's? Stu? Did you ever where you were up, Stu? Brannigan's.
But no.
Oh, right. Well, in Blackpool, right. And so what you had to do is like a £10 membership a year. And all you did was get in. Instead of queuing up, you got in. Well, you'd go to the pub before because Brannigan's was more like a night. That'd stay open till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So you'd go to the pub. But then you'd pull the girls and say, I've got a Brannigan's card. So they could get in with you.
I'm also a member.
Oh, but when he pulled that out, you know what I mean? And then Tez said something, I'll have a pint of Labatt's. Do you remember Labatt's? And they still make Labatt's. So I was like, well. So yeah, it was just a pure nostalgia thing, that was. It was great to go through all that stuff. I can't wait to see what's next.
That's crazy. So before we forget, guys, have you guys got anything coming up in the next week or 2 weeks if you want to plug while I'm just catching up with chat at the moment? Please, take your time to plug anything on your own channel, guys.
Sure. I've got a toy hunt that should be coming out, I believe, this Tuesday morning, early, on Chasing 80s Toys. So we're back in the hunt.
Can you tell us where you went, or is it a surprise?
This one, we jetted over to Ohio again because it'd been a couple months. And good stores in Ohio. Lots and lots of fertile ground. It's crazy, and we're talking just around the Cincinnati area up into Dayton, were the stores that we hit. Ohio as a whole, there's an entire map of all the mom and pop toy shops across the state of Ohio. It's phenomenal, and one day I want to check them all off.
Does Ohio do that passport thing? Do you know? You've seen what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah.
The toy. Yep. David.
Yeah,
got
but David's got some of those. Yeah.
Scuba, just to let you know, your missus is in the chat. So hello, Mrs. Scuba Pete.
Hello, Leslie.
Hello.
Yes, hello, Leslie.
Always good to see the lovely, Leslie in the chat.
He's so emotional, old Jen. His voice went there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm breaking up. Yeah.
That's usually how I sound when she surprises me. She's here.
Crikey, that sounded a bit like old Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Like wow, Shabby.
Claire's here, mistake. God, there's all women in here, Dave. You've enticed all the ladies, Dave. You've enticed all the ladies.
Well, it's not my fault. Everyone else is coming in, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, hi, Georgie.
Smith Lord.
Yeah. My chat is completely gone, I guess. So it's
Does Jen get involved in the conversations in the chat or not really?
No chance. She's not going to sit and watch magic. she used to at the start, but I think the novelty well worn off for our Jen. So no, she's sat in the bedroom watching that You. You know that Netflix, that You. She bloody loves that shit. No, I'm not watching.
Stu, what do you got coming up? What's up for you, Stu?
Oh, crikey. Well, I've got one more video coming out planned for Monday. Well, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Friday, episode 32 of My Collecting Life. And then I've got like a little something on the weekend, just to keep myself busy. Yeah. But we'll chat about that later. So, yeah. All good.
Perfect.
Then Bazzer, your next thing?
Is just be a live stream on Thursday. The work's been a bit chaotic the now, so I'm not getting a chance to actually do some proper videos. Just been doing a lot of shorts just to try and take time.
Now, Baz, do you hit like charity shops like on your way to work or on your way home from work? Do you do like that? Because I find myself, like magnetic pull. If I'm near a toy shop,
If I'm finishing early, usually we have a thing at work. It's like it's quite DVP kind of thing. It's like holidays that we can take whenever we want. Mm-hmm. So I usually leave that till like a Wednesday. So that's like my last day of work anyway. So if I have any spare cash, then there's like free charity shops on the way home before work.
Nice.
I heard you chat last week, Baz. I mean, is there much stuff in charity shops? Can you get some good finds in there?
Well,
yes.
Funny you should ask.
Funny you should say. There you go.
Yeah.
On Friday, I found this thing.
Oh, is that the guy from the Witcher?
Whoa!
When I seen this, it's a funny story because they had quite a few bags of toys, action figures. This guy was in a bag. He was only £2. They had another couple of bags that was like £6 for them. But they were all like the chat me stuff, like the cheap, nasty. I know me and Dave kind of were talking about like pricing and that in charity shops, so I don't know why they priced this guy up at £2. And I know exactly when this guy is like a £40 figure. Easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when I first seen it, I actually thought it was something from Lord of the Rings. And it wasn't until I'd done some research on it that I realised that I think it's the ice giant from The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah.
The ice giant.
So finding something like that, this shouldn't really be in a charity.
It's out of one of the video games, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Shabby and I look like if we pound a case of Corona Premier.
We have the photos. Yeah.
It's like charity shots. Sometimes it's a hit and a miss. Sometimes you can find some good stuff, and sometimes you don't. So I've kind of worked out is that you've got to roughly know when they're putting the stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, it was Andy from Holo Chronicles, a friend of his, found the double telescoping Luke at a charity shop for the price of a regular, very minty Luke Skywalker.
That's crazy.
He did.
It was like $70, $80.
Wow.
Crazy.
I know last week I had a guy called oh no, I've just completely lost his name. One of our friends was on last week and he found a Empire Strikes Back carded, original 84, £20 in the charity shop last week.
Cool. Oh,
nice.
Sweet.
And that was like unbelievable. It's no Scott Collectibles. He was on last Sunday for his ultimate chat.
Yeah, I know Scott.
Yeah.
He's got a great channel. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like Scott.
Shabby, you got a video this week?
We've got a couple, right? So I've got a gentleman called Damon, who I know through Instagram, and he watches the videos and so forth. He sent me something vintage, so I've got vintage stuff to show this week.
Nice.
It's a rarity on Shabby's. I've got that. I still got to open that big Playmobil mansion. It's funny that because I went on for 2 years because I really wanted it, and I was like begging Jen for it, and I got it, and I still haven't bloody opened it. So I've got that to do. Paul's Collectibles, the lovely Paul, he sent me a gift. So I'm going to go open that and show you all what he got. So I've got a couple this week, but it's finding the time, isn't it? I don't know how people do every day. I honestly, I said it on my live stream last week. I like it. Well, the same as you. You all edit your video, you all put it together and so forth, and it is time consuming, isn't it? You start. I have to make my videos at night when the dogs are settled and that kind of thing. So usually I'm up to like 1, 2 in the morning editing videos, downloading it, and putting it all together.
Because you've got that lighting rig to put in your droid jet, haven't you? Your Lego set.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, well, funny enough, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that, mate. So,
well, trying to help. Mate.
I honestly thought it was just all cable together. You stick your batteries in and done and dusted, right? And then I looked at when I got it off Amazon as well. I got it for Christmas, but I knew when it was coming. So, but it's all things like that. Look at it. Wires and So I opened it on that video because I opened stuff on the video, determined to get that done, and I went, forget that.
Yeah.
Would Lucy not be interested in helping you?
I asked Jude. I asked my son if he'll do it, and then he said, "Do I have to be on a video to do it?" And I went, "Yeah," and he goes, "No."
That's crazy.
Get your son to do it, and then pretend that you'll be there going, well, I just did this, and then pretend edit it together so it looks like
just like the Transformers.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about the Transformers is, you all know this story, but I'll tell it anyway. I've done 2 Transformer videos of me transforming both videos, but the reason I waited for those 2 was for this guy in the middle to make his video, right? Because what I would do is I'd show me, oh, this is it, and it's a Transformer and all that jazz. I'll just say jazz. It is jazz. We got that, and then I'd pause the video. I'd go watch Super Awesome and keep showing.
The head goes.
What people don't know is, you see, when I've got the filming on, my TV's right there. So I'll do a little bit, then I'll pause it, then I'll go watch his video for the next part. I'm gonna do something with those Transformers, man. I'm gonna have to. I want to open them, but
Shabby, just get the RVD versions when you don't have to transform them. It's just in robot mode. That'll be so simple for you. Easy stuff,
isn't it?
All the one-step changes.
Oh, man. I must have about 20 of them, and I feel pretty bad too because there's some that people have sent in, and I do want to do it. It's just I know it's going to take hours to do. I couldn't believe it when you opened 42 parts of articulation. I was like, get to 42.
John, what's the Transformers that just flip open and they're transformed?
Oh yeah, the
one-step changes.
Yeah, the little quick changer ones. Yeah,
that's what he needs. Just
No, I did buy this. I saw Reynolds got the one, so I bought the Starscream one, and apparently this is like the old G1 one.
It's the retro, yeah.
So it's got about 6 or 7 points of articulation. So
yeah, that's it. I think just the arms move. It's just literally it's probably like 2.
Right there.
that does look cool.
It does, but it feels dead. Like Andy got me the Skywalk for Christmas, the G1 one, which this doesn't weigh anything. So I'm thinking, does it have any die cast on it?
I don't think so.
So
yeah,
it'll look all right. So
I bought that too, but I did not open it. I don't think I'm going to open it. So
are you sure it's even in there?
Yeah,
so
right.
light.
Yeah, it's
It's funny because I get mine and I get the RED ones, and I've also when I open them up the studio line or studio series, I just keep them in Mobot mode and go, there you go, that looks great as a figure. I don't need to change it, so I'll just display it as is.
Yeah,
done and
the thing
done.
about we were bang on from over here, but we didn't come out over here for ages, did they, John? Do you remember? We didn't see RED for a long, and so the novelty.
No, yeah, it was slower. Yeah,
really slow for us to get hold of him.
I've got to say, it's a fantastic line. The only thing that bugs me with it is the fact that all the figures are the same inch. So you've got Bumblebee the same height as Megatron and Optimus.
No, he should be smaller.
Don't look right. Yeah, it needs to be smaller. That was the only disappointing thing about that line.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So next for me is I got a big pile of G.I. Joe action figures, accessories, and a couple little parts that came in, and they're all mixed up. And I think on a glance, there's a couple of complete figures in there. So I'm thinking I'll do a video sometime during the week and sort that all out. And we'll see who's complete, who needs what, and what figures we got. There's some cool. I think there's like 2 or 3 Televipers. There's Stratovipers, which I need more of. And is it Roadblock with the Tiger Force? Yeah.
Tiger Force Road.
I think I mentioned that. I think I mentioned that he was in the group before.
Yeah.
So look forward to that one.
Yeah.
And then
fun.
Hopefully Jeopardy will be back on track this coming Sunday. I couldn't do one today because after getting back from Universal Studios, I ran out of time. I didn't have time to make the board, so to set the questions. So I'll get in touch with guys during the week, and if it works out for one of the 2 semifinals, we'll start with the semifinals Sunday, the March 12th. So
nice one
from today. Yeah,
John, quick question.
Shabby, you got in the wild card. Shabby, you had enough points to get in the wild card.
What?
So you're coming back for a second chance.
We don't have Jeopardy in my country, and I was, like I said, I was losing, and then it came to the last question. When you said Nintendo, I thought, oh, no chance. What do I know? I can't even spell Nintendo. What do I know about it? But for some reason, the way you said that question, the fantasy, I thought Zelda, it's got to be. But I know GeForce knows he's Nintendo, so I thought GeForce has wiped the floor. So I don't understand why I didn't just do all my points instead of. So I was like, when you said Zelda, I was like, oh, and then I realised, oh, sugar, I ain't got enough points.
And Smith Lord, no, I do not have him yet. I would love to find him, and I will definitely be looking for him when I come to your lovely island.
No, I don't think I have him either. You know who's in the group? You know the batch I got? Scuba, who was the mail away that had the silver armor and the shield? He was a mail away, right?
Yeah, he's a mail away in the UK.
I think he's in that pile I just got, and it's.
You talking about Super Trooper?
Super Trooper, yes, that guy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think he's in there. So hopefully,
I love that chrome finish on his gun.
Yeah, the chrome. Yeah, he's got
awesome.
that chrome shield and a chrome armor. Yeah.
Great. Quick question.
Sorry, go on.
Quick question, John. Did you ever complete your set off of Star Wars figures now?
Yes. So thanks to Joey at Way Back When, he came through. Like he popped on my birthday stream when I turned 50, and I held up the yak face that I got as a gift from somebody in our community. Who doesn't, for some reason, he doesn't want me. He feels embarrassed that he got this thing for me because it's an expensive thing, and doesn't want everyone to feel bad if he didn't get them an equal. You know, what I was like, I don't think the community would feel that way, but we'll let him. I'm not going to,
respect the wishes.
Yes, I'm going to respect his wishes. But he sent me the yak face. And I held the yak face up and I said, now I only need a man. And Joey from Way Back When said, come on down to the store and we'll hook you up. And I went down there and sure enough, he pulled out a man. He doesn't have the staff. It's just a man with no staff, but I don't care. Yeah. And so Joey just graciously gave me that one as a birthday present. So now he's up there. And then I picked up my orange or brown snake Yoda. The brown-haired Luke Skywalker, and I got the what was the other one I picked up very recently?
The Ewoks characters.
Yeah, I finished the Ewoks line, got all 6 of those, and then I've got all the droids line. I just put Kia Mall and Uncle Gundy up there, and now but technically I need Sissy From and Tig From, but. Those are $1,000 loose, so I'm not going to get them. You know what I mean? There's not even one for sale on eBay. Like if you look up loose Tig From, they're not even on eBay for sale. These figures just absolutely do not exist. And I asked Joey at Way Back When, and he's like, I've never seen that guy in my life. He's like, I didn't even know that thing existed. You know what I mean? So. They're the blue aliens from Droids. One is a fat guy named Sis From, and he's got a purple cloak. And the other one is a thin version of him, a thin blue version. They're brothers, Sis From and Tig From. And they were in with Vlix. Like Vlix is another one of their race, I think. So they were in with Vlix. And Vlix was the third one who was not really produced other than in, was it Brazil? Or where was the glass one?
Yeah, glass.
Yeah. So I'm not counting the From twins. I'm leaving them out because they're so darn expensive and they're pretty much non-existent. You can't even find them. So
were those figures easy to get?
What?
Were those figures easy to get back in the day, back in the 80s? Were they plentiful? Could you go into a store and get the Ewoks figures?
The Ewoks and Droids, yeah, they were pretty. Yeah. They were in there, but they quickly went to clearance. Just like the last 17, they're 1985. They came out around the same time as the last 15, whatever you want to say. And but they quickly went to clearance, and they didn't produce probably as many of them as you would have like a stormtrooper or a Chewbacca, you know.
Sure.
So it's
I
harder
can
to
remember
find.
seeing the Ewoks in England. The Ewoks, like
No,
all the
likewise.
droids.
I was going to say no.
Yeah.
I remember
likewise.
them all.
And quite frankly, a lot of times the especially the human characters for droids, like Uncle Gundy, you know, Kiamal, these human characters, people find them at garage sales and thrift shops and charity shops, but they don't realize they're Star Wars figures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
So
they
they
don't
just-
look it.
Yeah,
So
so they throw
cartoony.
$1 or $2, and they go to some kid, and the kid takes them home and breaks them in half, you know, or who have them at home. They find a Stormtrooper, a Chewbacca, Ben Kenobi. They put them up for sale or go to a toy store and sell them to the toy store. But they'll take Uncle Gundy and throw him in the garbage because they think it's a play school or something. They're like, oh, it's probably a hero, and they throw him away. You know,
There's a loose Gundy down at the toy mall that I saw, and I think it was like, I was like, oh, hey, I was like, oh, yeah, $200.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm like, I don't like you that much. I have no emotional connection to you whatsoever.
What's the most you guys would spend on a figure, a loose figure?
£7.50.
That don't surprise me, Shabby. I'm coming from you, mate.
My answer is
like-
$100. My answer is $150 because that's the most I ever did spend on a loose figure.
No, I don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah.
No, I like finding bargains. I like, you know, the whole.
Yeah.
It's like we thought before. I remember there was a church fair here in North Carolina. The first year we were here, and we thought, well, we'll get to know the neighborhood, and went to this church fair, and they've got clothes out and toddler stuff and this, and then this lady comes up with this big white bag, big carrier bag, and we can just tell you because there's figures in it. So I thought, oh, I'll pop over. She opens it up, and 11 of the last 17 were in there.
Yeah.
All mint condition, right? Now there's no accessories on it. Right. So I'm looking like this, and I'm saying, how much do you want for these? And she goes, oh, they're $2 each. Right. I think she just, and so all being said, so I got 11 of the last 17 for $2.
Here, just take it.
A few more A-Wing people, a few more Rebel commanders. They had that sort of thing, Luke's and that. But I couldn't believe it. So I like stories like that. You know, I remember going to a shop for furniture, and they had the Ewok, the 83 Paplu Ewok, and I knew exactly what it was. And I thought, oh, if he asks for 20 quid for that, I'll give it to him. And he goes at $5. All right, I'll have that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable! Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how most of my figures are. It's just the last 2 or 3 here that I needed that I decided this was the year I'm going to finish it, and I'm you know, I had some prices in mind, and some of them went, you know, where they were $80, $90 to $100, and one of them just was $150, and I went, it's one of the last ones. I'm just going to pull the trigger and be done with this, you know. And but yeah, like my blue Snaggletooth was $4. You know, my Lando, the General Lando was, it probably equaled out to $2 or $3. You know, because same thing. You know, I walked in, it was, I mean, the blue Snaggletooth was back in like the 90s. This was like 94, 95.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into a place and the guy had a cardboard box, and it was like, you know, certain amount per figure. And I looked through the figures, and the guy was like, you know, I got the blue one in there of that one from Sears. And he's like, that one's supposed to be kind of rare. And I just went, how much for the whole box? Because I like to just do that.
Yeah.
And he gave a price, and I negotiated a little bit, and then we settled on it, and I just took the whole box, you know. And the same thing with the General Lando. It was kind of like Shabby's thing. I walked in, this guy had a bag full of Star Wars figures, and he was going to put them out and lay them out on his table. But before he even put them out, I said, that's a bag of Star Wars? He's like, yeah. I go, how much for the whole bag? And he's like, I don't know. There's 12 or 15 guys in there. And I was like, I don't care. Just give me a price for the bag. And we settled on $40 for the bag.
Oh, wow.
And there was about 15 figures in there. And I went to the car to put them in the car. Well, and then I was going to come back and look at the other stuff. But I'm looking in the bag, and General Lando was in there, one of the last 15. So that's how I got my General Lando.
What he's not saying is that he peed himself when he got to the car.
That's right. Yeah.
Go back in because he was like, oh my, oh jeez.
It's weird because I talked about the last 17, but I still think my best find was those Teddy Ruxpins.
Yes.
$5. I mean, they were immaculate, absolutely. And the guy, he had Care Bears there, so I thought I'll go and have a look. And they had a Beverly Hillbillies board game, and I thought that's cool. And I asked him, "Is it complete?" Whatever. He goes, "No." He said, and he told me the truth. He said his mum and dad were in Pennsylvania, and they collected and they did flea markets at the weekend. And he said, I'm not interested in any of this stuff. I don't know what it is. I just want to get rid of it. And he moved down to North Carolina. So obviously he's had to go up there, clear out the house, have an estate sale, and bring everything else down. So he just set this vending space up. And then I moved this Care Bear. There's like 3 Teddy Ruxpins. I thought, my family.
Wow.
I
saw something you might be interested in, Shabby. It was a massive job lot of My Little Pony, mate. If you're interested.
My Little Pony. That's Gerard. That's Gerard and Miriam's fault. That. You had to send that one.
But this brings up a good point, though. How much do you think you've spent on a single item? Not just an action figure, but let's say like a playset or a ship or something boxed, a treasure in your item. Because I know, like myself and Scuba, I mean, like there's probably a boxed item or something in my collection that I've spent $400 or $500 on, and that's got to be like the most I've spent outside of like the HasLab Razor Crest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like Scuba, you bought what? Like wasn't that
flag was boxed?
Oh, so that was something you bought while you were collecting it? Was something you've had for a long time?
Not super long. I picked that up summer of 2019.
Oh, okay. It's that recent. Wow. And then the Defiant, I remember that whole fiasco where it was shipped to you on a freaking pallet. You know?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
UPS.
Absolutely awesome.
Did not break. It was awesome. Yeah, I think the flag takes the cake at I think that was $1,100
with the box. That's a deal.
With box.
Especially in today's market, that is still a really good
and
deal.
There was like my buddy Matt, because we're pals now, like we're brothers from another mother, like I am with you guys. He had other G.I. Joe stuff and whatnot in his garage, so it became one of these, like, I felt like I was on American Pickers, like I had that cash, like, all right, well, let me just go ahead and get some sawbucks in your hand for the flag, after we took it all out and it passed. So I gave him that money, and then it was like, hey, what about that Sky Striker? Hey, what about that? And the pile just kind of went because he just cut me deals, like, oh, you've already got the flag here. He was quite generous. Yeah. So
mine's got to be the sail barge, because we couldn't get that in the UK through HasLab. I mean, I think there's a certain lot on eBay that went through that the UK could get, but I got mine from a private seller from the States. So. I'm trying to be careful because I know my wife's watching. But
after shipping,
still paying on that, aren't you?
I mean, he was selling that for $1,200. So that's above the price anyway. So I thought, okay. And then when I bought it, I realised that you had to pay
import duties,
shipping, which was $500, and import tax as well, which was probably about the same. So it was a lot of money. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, love. Yeah. So it was expensive.
In the background. You what?
Yeah.
That's why we didn't get the new car.
If you listen carefully, you can hear a taxi pulling up outside Stu's house.
My bags are already packed. That's it. But yeah, that was frightening, and I don't think I'd ever want to
do that again.
Kind of money again. No, not.
Did you want it that bad, Stu? Did you want it that badly? Yeah.
I did, because I thought, well, okay, that's an affordable price. But then when I bought it, it was like, okay, I forgot about the import tax, and I forgot about the
shipping's going to be a monster.
Well.
Yeah. Size right, I am going to get it. But yeah, so that was a lot of money. But I wouldn't ever spend that again. I mean, that's the only thing that puts me off getting stuff from the States. Is just it's so expensive to get it shipped over here.
Shipping's ridiculous, yeah.
I think the dearest thing that I've ever bought was the RC Batmobile. You know, the big one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I paid $300 for that. That's probably
that thing is sweet.
Even especially when it's a broad summer's day, I just take it out and mess about with it.
Yeah. Like a sports car, like it's got to be not windy, not a cloud inside.
The thing I like about it is that you get a bottle of like vape thing that you can put in, and when it's actually driving it, it looks like it's got smoke coming out of the exhaust.
Oh, neat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Action figure for me was Doctor Who 9th Doctor, 180 quid prototype for a clear version. And the biggest play set was probably my Dino Thunder Brachiosaurus, which probably cost me about 500 quid.
Yeah.
Wow.
That thing is massive.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's still in his box over there. I've never opened it. It's cardboard. So it's
for myself. My probably dearest figure I think I've spent would be, I think his name was Henry Hero, but he's from the Starship Troopers. It's from one of the CGI ones. That one cost me 150 quid for that day.
Mm-hmm.
Now he goes for about £700.
Wow.
So did they actually do a film line of a toy line for Starship Troopers, like the actual films, the movies?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
I've got some of the bug aliens. Yeah.
I mean,
They've
see
done
what
one
you're
for
missing.
the first movie.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Then they also done.
Georgie.
They've done it for the CGI one as well.
Yeah. So that.
Remember the cartoon for the kids version? They also done a toy line for that as well. But the one I'm talking about, that one's from the Play at Kai. I've got quite a few expensive Play at Kai figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have this set of internal collector rules that you're like, okay, this is normally how I operate. You've got certain limits in your mind, and then when you see that one thing, whatever that one thing is, it's all out the window, and it's like heart wants what it wants, and
See, I'm quite lucky for that, Scuba, because when it goes over my limit, I have a bank of Manga Fandanga, and it's a great bank. This Manga Fandanga bank I'm involved in, it's brilliant, right? There's no interest. You don't have to pay back for years. It's brilliant.
Even in my defense with the sail barge, it was in 2020. It was a time of COVID. We're in lockdown, and I thought the world was coming to the end, so I thought, fuck it.
But Shabby, I've done the same thing. I've used the bank of your brother. I've called my brother before and been, hey, I'm at this convention. I got this thing here. Can you wire me $200? Like, I'll pay you back in a couple of weeks.
Well, even his kids, if you had 99p, he'd give you $1. Do you know what I mean? He's always been like that. And sometimes I've got to admit, sometimes I do take the piss of it. Do you know what I mean? All sides, I really need it. Do you know what I mean?
remember the weekend I picked up, when I picked up the art thing. I remember is this worth 10 quid? Shabby was like, oh, hell yeah, you do realise how much that actually is.
Yeah. There's some stuff, I mean, I don't know, really. I think our collections are so vast and so big, it has to take something nowadays for us to really spend a lot of money, I think. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's got to that point where, I've already got this.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it kind of hit me the other day. I'm just like, wow, am I really done? Like, I'm not buying another Star Wars figure. Like, could this really be the end after 40 years? I'm not going to buy another one. Like, this is strange. Like, how can this be?
That variant rabbit hole.
But yet it goes to like, it shifts you a little bit though, because now I'm like, okay, now let's finish the G.I. Joe line, all the figures I wanted for G.I. Joe. Let's really concentrate on that. Maybe in the next couple of years, I can get all the ones I wanted through. I kind of want a lot of the figures through about 88, 89, so it's like, because there you have to set a limit. If you went for all the O-ring figures, there's over 1,000 of them. So it's like, you're not going to collect 1,000 figures, but, so That's kind of what it does for me. I think is
John uses that Echo Squad. Hard stop. I'm out.
that's
Is that neon?
Yep, yeah, that's a good
It's just
spot.
like
Yeah,
over Christmas, man. I kind of went mental on the loyal subjects, turtle figures, and gremlin figures. Now that I know what's actually out there, that's a rabbit hole I really don't want to go into. I didn't
You do,
realize
but you don't.
I didn't realize how much the loyal subjects has actually done. It's crazy, man.
You have to hold yourself back, though, don't you? It's like when I've told Steve before in the past, we're going to Joe Fest, me and G-Force this year, and I really want to buy a Valaverse figure while I'm there. I'd like to get one for a memory of it. But that's a line I would love. But sometimes you just have to say to yourself, I can't do another line. I can't do it. You know?
And especially if the line is already 12, 15, 20 figures in, you're trying to go back and get the ones that are it's going to be really expensive.
Yeah,
and
pricey
I see that with some of the Mythic Legion, stuff. I'm like, I really want to get into this line, and I'll choose the goblins. Maybe I should just go for them or the elves or something. But then you start looking and you go, but I already missed these 12 really cool elves. I can't, and they're hundreds, $200, $300 now. And I'm going,
So with the G.I. Joes, John, at the O-rings, would you want to collect all 1,000 of them, or are they just ones that you like the early days?
No, that's what I mean. For me, I just want to get the ones that I definitely had when I was a kid between my brother and I. And then a few, like I said, going into we stopped 86, 87 maybe. Yep. And I remember some of those figures, but there's some we didn't get. So I'd like to get the ones we never got. And then maybe go a little bit into 88, 89 or so, but draw the line there in the 80s. You know?
When did it start? When did G.I. Joe start going Eco Warriors with the fluorescent and the...
That was right around that 89 time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Scuba somewhere in there? Yeah. Yeah,
because that put me off. I was like, "Oh,
yeah, exactly."
Such a cool toy line up until this point, and I just kind
of. And they
lost
dropped it by 93, 94. They dropped the neon and went back to sort of their roots. Mm-hmm. But then they started just re-releasing figures in different colors. So technically, you're getting Dial Tone again and Cobra Commander again, but they're just different colors. So. It's
I've got two questions. One of them's for John. Did you ever pick up the Lego G.I. Joe figures that come out?
No, those the generic ones. No, I never did. I thought about it, and I did see them on clearance.
No, there you go. Ones. It was the actual G.I. Joe figures, but the vehicles that you got with them were actually. You had to build them up. They were like Lego.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. Yeah.
Yep.
He's on about the old 84 ones where you actually had G.I. Joe 6-inch figures itself, or the 3.5-inch figures with Lego on their arms.
Oh no, I didn't do those. No.
They were about 2008, 2009-ish. The series. It was the same with the same series like Transformers.
Yeah,
Lego Transformers.
Yeah,
that's the ones. Yeah.
No, I didn't do any of that. No.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That sounded expensive.
That did.
Dave, did we hijack your stream? Did you have a plan for tonight? Because we haven't
Technically, John, the last 5 or 10 minutes is my plan of the whole stream because of a certain guy on the screen I wanted help for next weekend. So technically, the first hour or the first 45, 50 minutes was all about.
I was talking about.
So, yeah, by Creo.
No, I never saw those. That's fascinating. Wow. He's got a spot on his arms and legs to put Lego on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got normal weapons with them, like G.I. Joe's, but you also got weapons that you could actually attach to these wrists.
I am gonna have to look that up. I've never seen that before. I haven't. Wow.
They're quite easy to get hold of. So, but to answer your question, John, the last 5 or 10 minutes was basically just to get Stu on next to me because he's got a special live stream next weekend, and I wanted to say promote it for him for the last 5-10 minutes because
there was 2 different versions of them, John. So you got one that was like a proper G.I. Joe, and then you only got one that never had the O-ring in it as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had no idea. But Creo fits on those. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I love learning every day.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, I'm sure Duke, he come with the jet.
Okay. The Sky Striker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it was a G, one was a Jet. They did quite about 6 or 10 light figures. So,
And the next question is, what was the cheapest action figure you've picked up?
The cheapest. Ooh.
What's the one thing that you went in? You either went to a thrift store or a con or whatever, and you're like, seriously, and just kind of threw the money at the guy or the lady.
Yeah.
And
Well, technically, I mean, there are some things that I've just paid a quarter for, but I can't off the top of my head remember like exactly which ones they were. But I mean, I've run across bins of figures, and I just, you know, people are like, oh, I don't know, 50 cents a quarter each, and I'll just grab the bin and be like, here's $20, I'll see you later, and I take the whole damn thing home, you know, and sort through it later and trade and whatever, some of them away and keep some, and you know, because
I have two. But one of them did come in a lot. Scuba Pete already knows about this. So
that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got him with a load of.
He drives the tank, right?
Yep. And he's a little pricey. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my cheapest one, and I think they only kind of got made over here. I don't think they kind of made it to the States. Was Automan.
Oh yeah, Star.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how much did you get that for? Tell him how much you got that for.
Automan, right? Automan or whatever. What was it again?
Automan.
all that, man.
Yeah, Automan. Yeah.
Wow.
50p.
50p.
I could have believed.
Yeah.
Score.
To answer your question,
Well, yeah,
Stu, mine was that one from John's. I went with John. He took me to a shop, and the guy gave me a full box of turtle cards.
Yeah.
So
I was
completely
jealous
free.
of that. I was jealous of that. I was like, I want Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards.
I'll take a box.
So,
But yeah, I got those Dune. I found the same thing. I found those Dune figures from Dune, and they were like the same way, like 50 cents or something, and just randomly on a pile of stuff. And I don't think the guy knew they were from Dune from the 80s, you know.
That was just like was it last year or the year before, John? I went to my boot sale as normal. First all, come to him, and the guy just said he sells the majority of everything: tools, toys, books. He usually has the way he has it set out. He'll have like trays. He'll have like a pound tray, a 50p tray,
Yeah.
20p, blah blah blah. I was just having a quick look through, and the first thing I picked out was the green alien from Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah.
The 4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ovian. Yeah.
You
the
mean,
Ovian.
Battlestar Galactica.
On Galactica.
Yeah, the Ovian.
Like 20p each for them.
Wow.
And then 2 weeks later, I went back and he had the pink guy.
Yeah.
And then it was
Lucifer.
He had another.
Was that the Supreme Leader?
Yeah, the Supreme Leader,
Yeah.
pink one with the purple brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big.
That's it. Yeah.
But
I don't remember what his name is. But I know I've got 4 of them now.
But there was like the I was at a place where the an outdoor, what you would call a car boot sale, but for us it's like an outdoor parking lot, like field.
Flea
And
market.
cars pull into the field, and they just open the back of their van or the back of the truck, and they just buy stuff. They put out a little table maybe. But someone had a bin full of stuff, and he's like, just like a couple bucks each. And I'm digging through the bin, and it's all junk. And down near the bottom, I find a Karate Kid, and like, you know, the Mr. Miyagi and the little guy with the blonde hair. And I pull them all out just for a couple bucks each. And the guy knew. He looked at it and went, "Oh crap, those are in there." He's like, he goes, "I'm gonna honor it." He goes, "They're yours, but they shouldn't have been in that bin. You know what you got. You know you got a deal." He's like, but he's still. I mean, Yeah, he still let me take them. So, but yeah,
It's
Crazy.
just like the day, man. I went to a boot sale the day. I usually work on a Sunday, but for the next 3 Sundays, I'm off just with what I had to do at my work last week. They're giving me extra days off. So I went to the boot sale the day, picked up a few things. And one of them
Nice.
picked up, and me and Dave were talking about these last week. We were talking about a certain toy line on Thursday. So thanks to Dave talking about it.
Oh, turtles.
Turtles.
I've already got the normal release of these, but these are the I believe
Movie.
it's the movie version.
Suddenly, I'm hungry for pizza.
And if your brother is still in the chat, he will love this guy.
Look, bring up Chris Smith-Lord's comment.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
And I believe this is a Boulder figure, John. Doomsday.
Yeah,
I'm not going
See that
to
one?
Off a, pinched it off a radiator in a nursery.
I found
These
this
kids
fun
don't know what
as
they've
well.
got.
yeah. That's series 1 Overkill. Yeah.
Whoa.
I was lucky enough that the two, the turtle and him, actually come with him.
Oh,
Crazy.
very cool.
Crazy. Yes,
Sorry, would that be a line you'd be interested in getting into, Si? Turtles, or not really?
Oop, what?
Oh, was that for Shabby? You mean?
That was for Shabby, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, well, fair enough. That ended that conversation. Yep, brilliant.
I had him and I liked him, but I think we have 2 younger brothers and they got into him. So I do remember him. I do have him in the house,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. I think it was just. I was just past that Turtles. You know, I think the last things I got into was like Brave Star, Mask, and then a little bit of the wrestling when that came. And then I think I was 16 in '92, so that kind of weighed off a bit. Do you know what I mean? So.
Galaxy
I think,
Rangers.
Yeah, I do like the Turtles, but where'd you start with Turtles? Galaxy Rangers, I loved Galaxy Rangers, Pete. I absolutely loved them. They were. I love the fact, you press that button and the guns would come out the holsters and the blue and white and all that. But they're so expensive, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but no, Turtles, I like them. I was going to pick up the retro ones a couple of about a year ago. Remember, they went down to like $8 over here in Walmart, and and then I thought, well, I'm just adding something on that I've really got no connection to be honest.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother, but all right. I don't mind.
Okay, what about the new McFarlane Batmobile that they're going to be releasing?
The 89?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get that. I'll definitely
That is
get
cool.
that.
Talking about that, I just found this for our side. That one, what's it called? That's Superman.
Oh yeah, the dark one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Apparently they're all sold out of the pre-orders. You couldn't get them, so I found that. And Jason got me the Wonder Woman, and Usual Mike got me the Bruce. And I do like these McFarlane. I think they're awesome. But I think I'll pick up the Batman ones, like the 66 that Jason got. That looks ace on. So I think I'll pick up a couple of them, and I'll pick up the movie ones, like the Batman Returns, Batman Begins. That when they do that, but I think they're pretty.
Well, I got my 66 because of you, Shabby.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I watched your video and I just thought they look absolutely tremendous. So I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic figures.
And the price points
as well because the actual 66 set, the studio set was plastic and cardboard anyway.
You're like, this is an exact replica of the real set, just smaller.
Crazy.
I remember filming it for the video and doing it. And as I'm doing it, if you're looking through, you're like, God, this looks awesome.
It's actually it.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Really
it's a great place.
Yeah, that 66 line is a great line to collect. I've been going through their thing they have a channel over here called Freevee. I don't know whether you get it in England or Scotland at all. And they show all the Batman TV series because I can't remember. I remember the 66 movie, but I don't think I ever watched the TV show. So I'm going through that now. I'm going through all of them, which is pretty impressive. So
hey, Cat.
Some of them are surprisingly very well done. Did you find that too, Shabby? I mean, there are some that are
the villains. It's I know they're having it up, but the Riddler and the Joker, and even the guy who plays Mr. Freeze are so well done. These actors are so good.
It is.
I
mean, like some of it some of it is cheesy, and there's occasional really cheesy episodes, but there are some episodes where you're like, this is really actually quite good. You know?
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah.
it holds up.
You also got some weird like villains as well that you never got in like the modern Batman series, like Egghead and all that.
Yeah.
I know Spin Masters just released all their figures for the new Flash film, and there's a big black plane Batmobile all coming out for Spin Masters as well.
Yeah.
Well,
So there you go. But there you go. Guys, basically, we've almost come up to the hour, and I said I'll be doing it for an hour. The last couple of minutes, do you want to plug all yourself for how we can find everyone on here for new people who's been watching? I forgot to say, Tez, congratulations on 1,000 subs last week. Hope you keep it going, mate.
Well done, Tez.
Well done.
And for everyone else coming to it. So, you guys, if you want to plug yourself quickly, and then Stu, if you want to do yourself last, and then do your special thing you got next Saturday and Sunday, please.
Okie dokie.
So, Shabby, you're the special guest tonight. So, do you want to go first?
Right, well, it's Shabby Geek. It's pretty straightforward. We just do toys, we have fun, we do sketches, we do little skits here and there, and we just go through all types of whatever I've picked up that week, whatever's been sent in, or whatever I've found, we just go through the videos. So, yeah, there's a couple of videos, but it's a Shabby Geek YouTube channel.
You can also find you on Twitter and Instagram, is it, as well?
Yeah, all the same thing, Shabby Geek on everything, so.
Perfect. John?
Yeah, most of it is a Super Awesome Geek Show on all the different social medias. I even try to post on Counter Social and the other one, Mastodon, right? Yeah, and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I try to post when there's a new episode on all that stuff. And then and it's all Super Awesome Geek Show, except for Twitter. It's just Awesome Geek Show because they wouldn't let me have it as long as the other, but. And then YouTube, yeah, Super Awesome Geek Show YouTube, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Scuba Pete?
You can find me, Scuba Pete, on Instagram or Twitter, and I'm a part of Chasing 80s Toys on YouTube that I share with Jeff Barker and Chris Miwa, and we do toy videos, hunt videos, cosplay, you name it.
I did like Analog Toys, his latest video with you appearing on it. That's quite a good one.
Oh,
That is a classic one. I really like that one. So that is crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun to shoot.
Yeah, Bazatron.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can also find me on YouTube. Me and Dave always do a live stream every Thursday.
Perfect. Yeah. You can find me at Davidworldtoys on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I do a Thursday night chat with Baz. You got the ZSR on a Friday night with Shabby in the top bottom corner. John normally does 2 streams on a Sunday. There's a toy division on a Wednesday, and there's a few other chats out during the whole week. Basically, thank you all for coming on tonight. Basically, one of the reasons I got you guys on tonight with the 6 of us is basically help the guy in the middle, at the top middle, guy Stu. He will explain basically. He's almost 1 year anniversary, but I explain it like Stu, explain for the next 4 or 5 minutes what you're actually doing next week and the charity and everything else. So,
okay,
Stu, it's all yours.
Next weekend, March 11th to 12th, it will be my first complete full year on YouTube. So to celebrate that, I will be doing a 24-hour charity live stream in aid of Give Kids the World, which is a resort in Kissimmee, Florida, which offers cost-free wish vacations to critically ill children and their families from all around the world. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. So I've got a list of or a schedule that I'm working on with guys from all around the world, from the toy collecting community, a few well-known faces from YouTube and stuff like that. And yeah, we're just going to go on and 24 hours of fun and try and raise as much awareness and money as possible for a well-worth cause. And that starts at 3 p.m. UK time.
It'll start on the Saturday at 3 p.m. and go till Sunday at 3?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be hosting that. So over the course of the 24 hours, there'll be, because I've had to take, obviously, the time zones into consideration. So I've tried to get it so people can. Every time someone comes to tunes in, there'll be someone there to see chatting. So I'm going to be there for the 24 hours, obviously, because I'm hosting it. I've got some different videos that I'll be playing throughout the course. If it's a 5-minute video, you know I've buggered off for a pee. So yeah, looking forward to it. I've got a few bits and bobs that I need to tie up this coming week for the weekend on a live stream. So all the full details will be given then, and we're there and then. So yeah,
awesome, Stu. Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it is.
Are we
Great charity.
good?
Yeah.
Perfect. I just wanted to say thank you everyone, guys, for coming on. All the people in chat, DMC Collectibles, G-Force Fuller, Tez, Manga Fandango, Miss Detty,
Smith Lord.
everyone that was Smith Lord, you name it. Thank you so much for an evening. We will get shabby on it at some point. Yeah, go for it.
Can I just say, you can find me at Stu or Universal Toy Collector on YouTube. You can find me at Universal Toy Collector on Instagram. And for those of you that live in the UK and in the Surrey area, you will be able to find me in a cardboard box on a corner somewhere.
Well, like he said, he'll be living in that. He'll be living out of that. The box that the sail barge came in, right?
It's gonna make the Saturday stream.
Did you see Des T's comment right there? That's brilliant. Des T's is fantastic.
Broadcasting from the shed.
From the shed.
Yeah,
absolutely. The barge incident. All right, say no more. Brilliant, Des.
Crazy.
Thank you for letting me do that, Dave. Much appreciated, mate.
No, you're welcome, sir. So thank you guys for all coming on. Guys, please stay safe. Keep us bits and pieces. I'll be back on Thursday, Saturday. Next Saturday, I will have another Sunday night live stream between 9 and 10 again with a special guest. I won't give any hints. He is in this chat right now tonight, but that's next Thursday night after a special thing with Stu on his channel as well. Guys, please stay safe. Thank you. I will put everyone's link in the description after. Thanks for coming on. Stay safe, guys, and please keep the toys always.
Stay awesome, everybody.
See ya.
Take care now. Bye-bye.